We have the final speaker before the panel, and this is Alessandro Pittito, who will have some food for thought and some user applications that we might do with all these open data. The floor is yours.
Hello. Well, I must confess I'm feeling a bit nervous because after so many terrific presentations, well, I don't know how else to put it, but mine's going to be a bit silly. But I suppose it's not my fault because I was told this was going to be a convention of geeks. Well, it seems a bit too serious for me, but okay, have mercy on me. I want to start with a story, with a quote, a very famous quote that is often wrongly attributed to George Bernard Shaw. In fact, I think he never said that. But it goes like, if you have an apple and I have an apple and we exchange apples, then you and I, we still each have one apple. But if you have an idea and I have an idea and we exchange these ideas, then each of us will have two ideas. And why I think this is interesting? Because it applies to data as well. I mean, apples are physical objects, so of course if we exchange apple, I mean, everything remains pretty much the same. But if we exchange data, well, both of us are better off. And this is, I think, what EMODnet is about, basically, because it's about sharing data, open data, so that all of us can be better off. We have, just to put things in a perspective, we have 7 portals, well, 8 portals now with the coastal mapping portals. Okay, Jan Bart said pretty much everything about it, so no need to go all over again. We have 8 portals on 8 different themes. And we have more than 160 organizations that are assembling, sharing marine data, data products and metadata. And of course, this is equal to a wealth of data in our oceans. And when I say wealth, I mean it literally, because EMODnet, like I said, makes us richer. In neoclassical economics, this is called a Pareto improvement, a transaction or a new allocation of resources, whereby at least one person is better off and no one is left worse off. And this is exactly what happens when you share your data. I mean, you basically it's a win-win. You got nothing to lose. And the best thing is that it works even if you share your data, but your counterpart doesn't. Because, I mean, if I share my data with someone, well, I will leave that someone better off, and I'm not going to be worse off. So it's really a win-win, and this is why we should be sharing our data. But let's see some concrete examples of, this was theory. Let's see how EMODnet makes us richer, has made us richer. The first example, well, thank you, Ian. You just stole an example from my presentation. But it's about EMODnet Bathymetry. They did a terrific job with that portal. And, well, it turned out that their data were used by the UK Met Office to improve forecast and storm surges. Now consider that it took me a couple of hours to rehearse this sentence that I need to read. I mean, in order to correctly forecast storm surge, it is vital that the model's tidal solution is accurate, which in turn requires an accurate bathymetry. So what happened is that the UK Met Office was using some bathymetric data. Then they found out that there was even that bathymetry. They started using their data, and this led to an overall improvement of their modeling. So this is one example of how EMODnet, or sharing data, can make people better off. Another example, I'm from EMODnet Human Activities. I'm the coordinator of EMODnet Human Activities. So now would like to talk about something that I know well. Like to walk into my own territory. This is another example. One of our first users, the Mona Lisa project, was a project that aimed to give a contribution to efficient and safe and environmentally friendly maritime transport. I mean, bottom line, they were testing, developing some e-navigational services for, dynamic routing, ships that had to change their route real time, they could use their systems to improve their navigation. And of course, to do that real time, you need a lot of data, basically. You've got to know everything there is at sea. And they used data from EMODnet Human Activities. And so are doing several nautical companies that make nautical charts. So these people are actually using our data to make up their charts, and they're making money out of it. And I mean, granted, we're not mad at them. We're quite happy. That's the spirit of the project. Another very interesting thing is that you can also combine data from different EMODnet portals. I'm human activities, but then you have bathymetry, geology, chemistry, seabed habitats, physics. Now, what you're seeing here is the viewer that's available on the central portal. It's a terrific tool because it allows you to have all of the EMODnet data sets at your fingertips in one place. Well, now I just tried, the dots you see there are oil and gas platforms off the coast of the Adriatic Sea, Italy and Croatia. So EMODnet Human Activities. And you know, the thing with offshore hydrocarbon extraction, it always raises environmental concerns for obvious reasons. But the other side of the coin is that you know, they also work as artificial reefs because ships can go there. So sometimes, you know, they also, conversely, they increase biodiversity, which poses us, you know, a series of questions, especially when it comes to decommissioning this platform. So, for instance, what you could do is to locate the platforms in the Adriatic Sea, and then you could switch on another data set from EMODnet biology and try to test some hypotheses. Well, what I did there, I don't know if it can be done. I'm not a scientist myself, but it shows the potential of EMODnet. I mean, I just chose 2 random data sets, but you can do a lot more with that. And there's more to come. Well, now, bear with me because this is going to be beautiful. We'll soon be developing a vessel density map to map shipping. Now, the best thing about shipping is that it's one of the most ancient maritime activities. I mean, ancient civilizations, though at least those who thrived, they did so because they had access to the sea. So, I mean, they used ships to move people and goods from one place to another. And shipping is also great because it's the most environmentally friendly form of transport per ton kilometer. It's probably more environmentally friendly to move a container from Hong Kong to Rotterdam than to drive your car to the supermarket per ton kilometer. But of course, because of the volume of shipping, it also poses a series of threats to the marine environment. So what we're doing now with EMODnet Human Activities, we're not there yet, we just got started, is to make this this vessel density map. So basically it's what you see there. It's going to look like that. We didn't do that. That was made by our friends at Helcom. And a vessel density map basically shows you ship routes in a given period of time. So the darker the color, the more ships are in that area of the ocean. Like I said, we don't have it yet, but the data that Helcom shared, made available on their portal, are available for everybody. For instance, what you could do with that, you could download that data and use it for a variety of purposes. Some examples here. You can improve environmental modeling of antifoulants. You know, ships use antifoulants, but of course they dissolve in water, so it's a problem from the environmental perspective. Once you know all the routes and you measure the concentration of antifoulants, well, you can improve a lot your modeling. You can use it. You know, another big threat to the environment is that the noise from ships scares the hell out of marine mammals. Now, if you have a complete picture of where they're going, you can better understand how underwater noise affects marine mammals. You can estimate the impact of shipping on the seabed and its habitats. And guess where you can find the data? On EMODnet. You can map fishing behavior. But I mean, I don't have a vivid imagination. So basically what you have to do is just try to do whatever your imagination comes up with. There are plenty of possibilities that you can explore with these products. So you can use the terrific job that Helcom did, you can use EMODnet data, you can create something with a huge and enormous potential. But at this point, I think one might be wondering, what's this got to do with me? I mean, why me? Why this group of people, the EMODnet community, are trying to reach out to other people? I mean, we have, well, how many of that? 160 organizations in Europe. So it's top-notch marine expertise, marine science expertise in Europe. Why are we reaching out to someone else? But the answer is actually that we need new approaches. We need new people, young people, and data enthusiasts, of course. We need to open up new possibilities. And to cut a long story short, we need to unleash the potential of our data. And we need to do it through new people. Then I want to finish with another quote. This one's from Steve Jobs. I think he actually said that this time. Said, it doesn't make sense to hire smart people and then tell them what to do. We hire smart people so they can tell us what to do. So I think this is going to be the purpose of Open Sea Lab. I mean, we're not hiring you, or maybe we will, who knows? It depends. But I mean, we don't want people to join us at Open Sea Lab because we have to teach them what they can do with our data. No, 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 it's the other way around. We want you to show us what we could do all together with our data. That's the purpose of the event. So, well, I think that's it. I mean, EMODnet Open Sea Lab, 15, 17 November 2017. See you in Antwerp, which is here. Thank you.